What's up, everybody? I'm Michael Allen, and this is the Movie Minute. This episode of the Movie Minute, we're talking about Martin Scorsese's new cinema epic, Killers of the Flower Moon. And man, what a return to the big screen it is for Scorsese. So let's jump on in. So, Martin Scorsese read this book by David Grann, Killers of the Flower Moon, and he says he knew immediately that he had to make this into a movie. And I can see why. I mean, the story is absolutely captivating, and it really captures something that's very relevant to our culture and society today that I'm excited to talk a little bit about. So what is Killers of the Flower Moon about without necessarily spoiling it for you guys? It is about the Osage tribe settled in Oklahoma, and Ernest Burkhart, who's played by Leonardo DiCaprio, comes back from war looking for a job, and he gets it with his uncle, Robert DeNiro, who's known as the King of the Osage Hills. He's kind of been a friend of the Osage people for many, many years. He knows the language, and so it's really this guy, Ernest, coming in and building out a life for himself, but then the underpinnings is really about these murders that are happening in Osage County. All of the murders are people who are a part of the Osage tribe, and they have like estate money because of the oil that's on the land. And so they're very wealthy, they're well off, and everyone's kind of trying to obviously get a piece of the wealth. And so the film is about who is controlling all of that wealth and what are the evil, behind the scenes, covert type things going on in this society in 1920s Oklahoma. So let's talk about the things that I liked, because there's a lot. First off, Scorsese. I mean, the guy is an incredible director. I know he's been in the media a lot. He's kind of been making some controversial statements about superhero movies, which I disagree with, but the man knows how to make great cinema. He really does. He just knows how to direct. He's one of the best to ever do it, really. And he is on full display here. This film, standing at 3.5 hours, I think I went into it thinking, man, that's really, really long. It doesn't feel long, and that is because it's impeccably directed. The pacing, the plot, the characters, everything is all so well balanced, and it flows so well together. The writing is extremely strong as well. There's just so many scenes that we're learning about these characters and about the world that are just captivating, and it's just two people talking. So when you have that type of expository plot line going on, when we're learning about the story simply through dialogue, that dialogue better be good, and it is great. It's not just good. The dialogue is incredible. It was, I mean, so well written and well adapted from the book. The acting in this movie is incredible. The performances are so good. I mean, Scorsese is an amazing director with actors. He really lets people explore the scene. That's kind of what he's known for in directing, is really letting the actors build and explore and find those really amazing moments that maybe you wouldn't if you didn't take a long time to explore the scene. And DiCaprio delivers, I mean, DeNiro delivers, and Lily Gladstone is just absolutely incredible in this. I mean, she plays Molly, one of the Osage women that's at the core of this story, and it is just, oh man, she's so good, and she gives an incredibly visceral performance, and I was totally bought in and zeroed in on her arc. Everything really is firing on all cylinders in this movie. I mean, the sound design's incredible. The soundtrack is amazing. This whole idea of like modern Westerns is super attractive to me because I love Westerns. So this is really a modern Western. And I will say, this movie is brutal, okay? But it's brutal in all the ways that are important for us as a society to understand. And that's the last thing I'll say that I loved about this film, is that this film really shows us some realities of history that we need to know and we need to understand. And he did it extremely tastefully, even though it's so brutal. It's in a way that's like, man, it makes you think, wow, how were things like this? And how can we avoid them being like this again? There is one aspect of the brutality of the film that I really think maybe Scorsese went a little bit too far. He's always been a violent, gruesome guy, but there were a few moments that were just like it made my stomach kind of churn a little bit, and it's almost too far, I felt. My other thing that I'm not going to share a lot about it because I don't want to like spoil anything for you guys, but the ending just didn't sit well with me. He did something unique with the ending, and I didn't love it. I really didn't like the decision. I thought the whole movie was so strong, and then we kind of got this ending where I kind of was like, huh. Almost like you want to try to do something different or unique because you want it to stand out. And I just don't think this movie needed it. The characters were strong enough. Everything else was strong enough. You just didn't need that kind of weird, artsy kind of decision at the end of the film. But you know what? I'll tell this. I mean, Scorsese made his movie, right? He did the movie he wants to do. He's earned that right. He's earned that respect to make the movie he wants to make. And so I respect the decision. I just didn't like it at the end. So let's talk about ratings. From a rating standpoint, you guys, I mean, this is easily one of the best films of the year, best drama of the year, absolutely. It's going to be all over award season, which we'll talk about in a second. So from an entertainment perspective, 9 out of 10, really engaging, even with the long run time. From a critic standpoint, also a 9 out of 10. The movie is just another great addition to Scorsese's repertoire of films. I mean, it's right up there. It's so good, guys. I mean, everyone should see this movie. You really should. So, from a badge standpoint, I'm going to give this absolute Oscar bait because it's going to win awards, most likely. Absolutely going to be up there for performance awards. It's probably going to get nominated, I'd say, for 8 to 10 Oscars, most likely. And it's well deserved. It's deserving of those things. So Scorsese, once again, even with all your crazy comments about cinema and what is the movies, the guy still knows how to make good movies, you guys. And this is a great movie that you should see, that you should go see in theaters. Just remember, hard R rating just for thematic and kind of brutality. But it's a movie I think everyone needs to go see. So, go this weekend, check out Killers of the Flower Moon. If you like this video, give me a like, subscribe, drop in the comments if you're going to see Killers of the Flower Moon this weekend. I'd love to know what your thoughts are on Scorsese and him as a director. And until next time, peace out, everybody.